Hey everybody, this is episode 4 of The Cud. Oh man, this one is a tough one. So vet school has just started and I've been getting lots and lots of messages from first years, second years of, oh my goodness, why didn't you tell me vet school was gonna be so hard? These are people that I've had, connections with prior to their interviews, that I've had some sort of relationship in giving them advice, helping them get through, that undergrad craziness. Nobody that I know, personally, but just through social media. And now they're reaching back out to me saying, oh my God, Cody, this is insanely hard. You didn't tell me it was gonna be like this, or just so much frustration, and I really empathize. So this video is going out to all of you first year vet students, or second year, or anybody in university, or a loved one of somebody or friend of somebody who's in university right now that's just having a lot of struggles. Because if anybody knows anything about university struggles, is this guy. It was not easy for me. Like, my first year university, young kid coming off the farm, abysmal grades. These grades nearly prevented me from getting into vet school. They did prevent me from getting into vet school. I did a full undergrad. I even had to take a year off before I got in. Horrendous first year marks. It took me so long to really find myself and get in that game of winning, and that fire in my belly. And it was tough, and I thought I had it all figured out. I did have it all figured out. Third year, fourth year of my undergrad, no problem. Hard work trumps everything else. I'm just gonna work the hardest. That's the only move I have. I wasn't the smartest, but I could work the hardest. Work hard. I knew how to study. I knew how to ace the tests. No problem. Got into vet school and I was like, what is going on? The way that I studied didn't even make sense anymore. I used to be able to get through all of my notes like 3 times, highlight, memorize everything, get into the test. Mental diarrhea everywhere, ace the test. Vet school, I couldn't even get through the stuff once. And if I could get through it once, I didn't have time to take notes. I had to completely revamp and relearn how I studied. And the way that I relearn to study is just unique to me. Everybody's gonna have to relearn to study, but you have to relearn to study in vet school, how to pay attention in class and be so engaged, but then also find some sort of rhythm when you get back home and you have all this stuff to go through. Like, oh my goodness, there was tests where I was going into finals and I hadn't even got through all the information, and that wasn't for the lack of trying, because nobody tried harder than I tried. Oh, it is hard. And the other hard thing in vet school for me was I got into vet school and I realized that my goal this entire time throughout my undergrad and my high school career was to get into vet school. It actually wasn't ever to become a veterinarian. I was in this zone of trying to become a vet student, to get into vet school. And then I was in vet school and then I was like, well, I did it. Now what? Where's that fire? Where's that fire in my belly that I had that would make me study for insane hours? That fire in my belly, that nervousness, that anxiousness that made me want to throw up before every final or midterm in my undergrad, and it was gone because I had done it. But I needed that. I needed that fire, that fear, that anxiety. And it took a long time to find that. My first year anatomy midterm mark was in the 50s. It was horrendous. This is me coming from straight 90s in undergrad to all of a sudden getting a 50, to be below average, the dreaded average, below average. Oh, but I found it. And what I found for myself was to be the best possible vet student. That was something that was in my control. I could be the best possible vet student. That didn't mean get the highest marks for me. That meant be engaged in rounds, make connections, network, go to conferences, just really connect, and also learn the things that I thought were going to help me be the best possible vet student for the type of vet student I wanted to be down in bovine rounds, to be down with the bovine practitioners at my school, to really connect with them, and that's how I really found myself, was I was going to be the best possible vet student. I'd really love if there was any of my old professors watching to tell me if I was the best. I was the best for sure. But that was so hard for me to do, was to actually, it seems so simple when you lay it out like that, but to actually put it down and revamp and find myself again. And then after that, it was fine. Vet school was fine. It was an insane amount of work, a crazy amount of work. Nobody should have to do that, but it is hard. But everything that is good in life is hard. Everything. Okay. Oh, flies. Feedlot flies. Okay. that was my message. I just really wanted to get that off my chest. Please share this video if you are first year or second year and you know that somebody needs to just hear this type of message. And don't be afraid to talk about it. What I want, instead of question of the day, what I want is for this video right here to become a community of support. So I want people to say, yeah, I'm having a hard time. Or if veterinarians are watching, I want you to say, yeah, I did have a hard time and these are the things that I did. And if anybody needs help, and then comment. And if you were in just university and it wasn't anything veterinary related and you had some sort of tip or trick or just want to provide support, or you have a loved one, please just comment. Tell them that you're there. If you're wanting help, comment below. Tell us what your problems are. That's the thing about vet school, is everybody is operating in isolation and you're having all this internal conflict, but everybody else looks like cool, collected robots. They're not robots, they're people. Everybody has their thing. So let's talk about your thing.